you doing?
Hey, Tersh. So, 2 days into training camp, what's the vibe out there like just from your perspective?
I think everybody's getting after it. We competing a lot. Both sides of the ball. Showing that we want to show who we are this year, and just kind of building the culture so far.
Turk, this is the first time in your life you haven't been playing football in the Midwest or in Missouri specifically, right?
Yes.
Have you kind of learned more about yourself off the field, on the field, just being away from everything?
I'd say I like the weather out here. It's hot. And knowing that it's not gonna get cold as where I was just at is a good thing to me.
You're willing to trade the humidity for the lack of a harsh winter?
We gonna change that around here.
Turk, how much of run defense is scheme and how much is just effort and sort of want to and guys just battling?
I think a lot of things in football are scheme. That's both sides of the ball. But you got to kind of just want to be a dog when you playing run defense, and we got a lot of guys that's willing to do that.
Turk obviously came from a great culture and mentality of the franchise. What have you noticed about the mentality and culture here as a veteran?
Oh, yeah. I'd say that I think every team around the league wants to win, So the culture that Coach Reed built over there is something that, he's known for, not just with them but the Eagles. And, Coach Canales come from cultures of winning as well. So I think we starting to build in the right direction, and all the guys are buying into what the coaches want. So the culture here is definitely going to change.
What was your perspective on Pat's interception today?
I think he was a little surprised when he caught it, how he started running with the ball. But, it's good to see guys like Pat make plays. He knew here as well. So it was just good to see him get it. And, we got to tell him to tuck the ball away.
Was he a little loose with it?
Yeah, a little loose with the ball. I think it surprised him. I think he wanted to go down. I don't know if he was ready for it or not.
They knocked it out right.
Right at the end.
Interception before?
I did have an interception. I think my interception came against the Commanders. I pinned it to somebody's head. I think my interception kind of looked cooler.
What year?
That was my second year, so 2021.
So what, Jaden?
It was Heineke.
Turk, you scored a touchdown before, right? In
college. I got two of them in college. One for 81 yards and then the other one for 64. So I could run a little bit.
Were they were fumble recovery?
One fumble recovery, one forced the fumble, picked it up, and went. So a little trifecta right there.
You remember? You sound like you remember every detail about those.
Yeah. We always big on details.
I mean, like 81 yards and 64.
64. You're gonna get some rushing yards in there.
Your story is one of the better underdog stories in the NFL right now. Have you talked to the undrafted free agent guys that have come out here? What have you said?
Oh, yeah, I think every year that I've been in the league, I always talk to the undrafted guys, just because it's more undrafted guys than drafted guys in the league, of course. And just telling them to stay humble and hungry. It's kind of a day-to-day thing that you could get in your head about where you standing at. You have a bad practice, you probably put your head down, but just knowing that everybody here to compete, and we all getting judged the same, So just telling them to stay true to who they are. We all got here for a reason, and just going out there and give your best effort every day.
Did you have somebody in Kansas City when you first got there who gave you kind of a similar message?
I think I just kind of went in myself knowing, they was coming off of a huge victory when I got there, and then we came in COVID, so it was kind of different. But guys like Tyron and Frank Clark, Chris Jones, they kind of just always talked to me based off what I was doing on the field. They was impressed by everything. So those type of guys just always stood next to me.
Turk, as somebody who has to go against Rico, what kind of stands out about his game now that you've seen it for a few days here?
Rico? 5. Okay, Rico, yeah. I think so. Crazy thing about Rico is we was at the Shrine game with each other when we came out of college. But Rico is one of those guys that he got everything to him. You know, he could catch out the backfield, and coming off the ball when he got it in his hand, he's dangerous. But as of right now, we competing, so I gotta make sure I stop him. But like I said, he brings everything to a team that's needed as a running back that could do all. And I even seen him return punts before in his career. So he's just a good guy.
Anybody kind of stood out to you on that defensive front in light of the fact that you don't have Bobby or Derek right now?
I think Ashawn, the young guys are always ready. I think we all merging together right now. Every day that we're in meetings, everybody answering questions. Nobody's lagging behind when coach asks the questions. Everybody knowing what they supposed to be doing and knowing their responsibilities and their assignments. So I say the whole group is standing out to me.
In the same vein with Josie Jewell's departure earlier this week, how have Christian Roseman and Trevin Wallace been doing it, not just as performance, but also as communicators and leaders and stuff like that?
I mean, yeah, I think Roseboom, he just got here, so he's out there communicating with us. He's giving us the calls, and just doing our job, we should know a few things that should help him. Being in defense, we need to know what we're supposed to do, so we can help him out by knowing what we're supposed to do and being able to align ourselves. But he's doing a great job.
Good stories from your first 6 months in Charlotte?
First 6 months. Right now, I just been locked in, man. It's all about going to get a win, so that's what I got going right now. Thank you all.